In spite of the enormous pressures to get Metro into production, every stage of development so recently completed on ADO-88 was undertaken again. The aerodynamic properties of the full-size body, a major consideration in the styling program, had to be wind tunnel tested for stability, wind noise and drag to verify the results achieved with earlier small-scale model tests. The program finally showed that Metro's ability to glide smoothly through the air was exactly the same as a Porsche, a benefit that promised to make the most of the power unit's fuel-saving potential. Even though a large part of the early development work on ADO-88 was relevant to its successor, the company was taking no chances in its efforts to see that the new car would be as trouble-free as it was humanly possible to make it.
We're free from all technical problems.
Yes, all and both up to the latest mod are all been incorporated here.
Yeah, we'll check it from the inside there.
That looks very tidy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Money was allocated to build a further 70 vehicles for the continuing test program. But the extensive proving vehicle build meant that the production engineers and quality experts had an even greater opportunity to check the proposed manufacturing techniques, assembly sequences, and inspection procedures. Quality had become a mania. Every vehicle was scrutinized down to the smallest detail by experts just looking for the slightest sign of trouble. Potential problems were spotted and solutions found long before they had any chance of appearing in volume production vehicles.
Oh yes, I see what you mean, the hole through the weld, yeah.
There is an offset to this tailgate to the right.
As more Metro bodies became available, many were allocated to sections of development engineers to do their worst. In the workshops and laboratories, technicians devised the strangest contraptions to check every aspect of the car, putting Metro, and sometimes themselves, through operational tests far more severe than reality. And if a test needed to go on day and night for months, then they made sure it did exactly that. But the ultimate trial of a body's strength is the barrier crash test, a meeting between an expensive prototype and 30 tons of solid concrete at 30 miles an hour. To design a small car is difficult enough. To design a small car that can absorb the same dynamic forces as a much larger vehicle and still leave the passenger compartment intact is very difficult indeed. Carried out under the supervision of engineers from the Department of Transport, a barrier crash test is compulsory for all new vehicles. Schoolboy's dream with a serious motive. In the event, the body engineers and the computer had got their sums exactly right. In spite of the huge impact, the backward movement of the steering column was less than 3/4 of an inch, well within the 5-inch legal requirement. In only a split second, Metro had cleared another safety check on the road to the showroom. And the trials weren't even over. Side impact tests confirmed the high level of safety with passengers protected by immensely rigid interlocking sills and doors and special burst-proof locks that are twice as strong as legally required. Longbridge. The directors of Austin Morris took an early chance to drive a camouflage Metro and some of its competitors. There was a new atmosphere in the company generated by a new top management team that talked sense and took tough decisions. Metro had ceased to be just another new car. It had become a symbol of BL's new will to demonstrate its many skills in the international car market. A determination grew amongst everyone working on the project that they would make sure that Metro was significantly better than any of its competitors. Better because it just had to be.
Have a single moulding, non-handed fascia.
Can we swing that around a bit, eh?
For the stylists at work finalizing the interior schemes, this challenge posed new demands to incorporate additional features requested by the marketing department to make each vehicle in the range exceptionally well specified and refined.
Fascia for left and right-hand drive.
Months and months were spent experimenting with different layouts and new materials before they were satisfied that each interior represented the very best of their creative
It
talents.
depends on how many models we've got to spare to work on, so.
Meanwhile, the face of Longbridge had dramatically changed. By the end of 1978, 2.5 years of major construction work was virtually completed. Westworks, the site of the new body assembly plant, alone cost £26 million and covered an area the size of 40 football pitches. In the car assembly building number 1, another £16 million was invested to house the 3 final assembly tracks that in total stretched more than half a mile. Everything had been planned to provide maximum space for efficient materials handling and operator comfort to ensure quality production. Organized by the company's own marketing experts, Metro faced its competitors at a secret car clinic. Statistically representative members of the motoring public were asked to assess and compare the major features of every vehicle, all of which had been identically prepared. Over 3 separate days, more than 400 people took part, and the positive response to the new car more than justified all the time, money, and talent that had been plowed into the Metro project. The only anomaly was that people simply could not believe that a car of its size had so much more interior space than its larger competitors. By mid-1979, the development engineers could enjoy the benefits of another huge BL investment, the Gaydon Test Track. The fact that Metro was using the same engines and running gear as ADO 88 meant that years of mechanical development work by the engineering department had come through unscathed.